Isaac was a 23-year-old with a hunger for knowledge. Life hadn't granted him the privilege of formal education, but his mind was a sponge, soaking in every bit of information he encountered. On a quiet Sunday afternoon, Isaac received a call from his closest friend, Williams, who excitedly invited him to visit his university. Williams was a second-year engineering student at the university. Isaac arrived at the hostel on a sunny afternoon. The hostel was a world of its own, chaotic, vibrant, and brimming with life. Isaac, a visitor, observed everything with fascination. Williams welcomed Isaac, showed him the room, and introduced him to some friends. Isaac listened as students debate politics, chiming in with questions that intrigued them. In just few hours, Isaac learned more about global warming and current events than he ever had back home. His curiosity was infectious. At dawn, Williams invited Isaac to join him for a lecture. Isaac, unsure if non-students were allowed, hesitated, but eventually tagged along. The professor lectured on the concept of entropy. While most students were busy copying slides and distracted by their phones, Isaac listened intently, jotting down notes on a scrap of paper. Later that evening, Isaac Googled entropy on Williams' laptop and watched hours of videos on thermodynamics. He began to see how the concept applied not just in physics, but in life, how systems without effort naturally descended into chaos. The next day, while Williams was attending another class, Isaac wandered into the university library. The library was a treasure trove of knowledge. At first, he was overwhelmed by the sheer number of books. Picking a random one off the shelf, he found himself engrossed in a philosophy text. The words of Socrates, "An unexamined life is not worth living," resonated with him deeply. Isaac spent hours flipping through books ranging from economics to psychology. By the end of the day, he had a better grasp of Plato's theories than many philosophy students. On his day 4 on campus, there was a debate competition, and Williams encouraged Isaac to attend. The topic was, "Is artificial intelligence a threat to humanity?" Isaac sat among the audience, listening intensely as students presented compelling arguments. During the Q&A section, Isaac raised his hand. "Can I ask a question as an observer?" he said hesitantly. With a nod from the moderator, Isaac proceeded. "Isn't the threat of AI more about how humans choose to use it rather than the technology itself?" His question drew applause, and a heated discussion followed. By the end of the session, a professor approached Isaac, impressed by his insight. Though he was an outsider, Isaac's perspective sparked a new wave of thoughts. Isaac spent his final day roaming the campus. He struck up conversation with students from different faculties. A medical student explained the basis of genetics, while an art student described the symbolism in African sculptures. Isaac absorbed it all, connecting dots and forming a holistic understanding of various fields. Isaac spent his final day soaking in as much as he could. Every conversation added a new layer to his understanding of the world. As Isaac prepared to leave, Williams teased him. "You've learned more in 5 days than I have in 2 years." Isaac laughed but responded seriously. "You know why? Because I didn't come here to pass exams. I came here to learn." He realized that education was not confined to classrooms, textbooks, or degrees. It was about curiosity, engagement, and the willingness to observe and question. Isaac left the campus with no formal credentials, but with a mind enriched beyond measure. In the years that followed, Isaac applied his newfound knowledge to his work, his community, and his life. He became a sought-after mentor and consultant, not because of any title, but because of his wisdom, perspective, and understanding.